This was one, the factors that go in when you look at your roster and what you want to do with your ratio and the overall talent of the draft class. And for us, it was pretty evident this is the way we wanted to go. And playing a Canadian defensive tackle is our plan. And then with Keith Sholigan not in the mix for this coming year, it was pretty clear that this was the route we were going to go.
So, are you with that said about the Canadian defensive tackle, are you expecting or hoping for him to be able to slot in pretty quickly this year?
Yeah, we expect faith. I mean, we've come to an agreement with him. He's under contract, which was important for me to make sure we had a contract signed to ensure that he'd be coming to training camp. And yeah, Jake Thomas and Faith, we anticipate being able to play for us.
What about the Jeff Gray selection? You talked on Friday about weighing the risk of doing something like that. Was it just a case that you thought it was worth the risk?
Yeah, we were. Again, our roster is in a position where, when you start looking at the salaries of the first-round draft picks, and truth be told, there wasn't a whole lot of guys. I mean, we like the offensive line, but that we were going to have to pay that type of salary to come in and probably develop for a year or two. The thought process was Jeff's going to develop in the NFL, and we'll take the chance. It was worth the risk for us. We saw us trade down a little bit. We tried, we targeted Jeff was the guy we wanted to take with our second pick in the draft. Figured at 6, we'd probably be able to get him a little bit lower and had multiple offers on the table, but we took the one from Calgary and thought that was the best, and I think teams were just patient. I said I predict everyone's going to look at that top 20. It's going to be different, and I think everybody tonight's going to feel that they hit home runs on their top 2 or 3 draft picks, just the way they're ranked on their boards. So as I said, it was Jeff was a guy we targeted, and we're willing to wait and take a chance. And it's a good indicator of our Canadian talent on our roster that we can we can take a chance on something like this that we have been able to do before.
Did you touch base with Jeff at all before selecting him, or about hey Jeff, would you want to come back here if it doesn't work, and kind of gauging where things were with him?
Yep. Being here, we were able to sit down with him before he went to minicamp and had that type of discussion with him.
And just last one from me, is it Conte, the DB who you took in the 3rd round? Another interesting one being that it looks like, from what we've been able to gather, he's a Winnipeg kid originally as well.
Interesting story. And he's one that kind of his momentum was building throughout. He went to high school here, ended up somewhere in North Dakota's junior college, and ended up never played football before. Ends up, after a couple years of junior college, getting a scholarship at Grambling State. Goes down there, plays some corner, plays some free safety, and he was quite an unknown. But when you watched his film, he was very, very intriguing. And then we were able to get eyes on him at a workout within the past week, and there's something a little bit different about the way he looks and the way he moves. So it's again a bit of a risk in the sense that he hasn't played a ton of football, but again, it states a lot of this draft class, realistically, it's looking at improving the bottom end of our roster, practice roster guys, truth be told. So we're willing to we were willing to take some draft picks on some guys that we really don't need to come in this year and help us win football games, but let's develop them for a year and see where they're at.
I guess let me just ask